Yes, if I confirm, it's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of them on the fryer and plantain. 1995, 1999 Gidigbo champion. First Igbo governor of Lagos State. But once yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, father confirm. Yes, father confirms. Your top Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. Chopper of them on the fryer of plantain. Chilling right here on the set of the Africa Today show. Ginger. You would not even know that I was going to come back so soon. Confirm. But today is Tuesday, day of our Lord. September 15th has to have knack already because they already gave me my paycheck confirmed. But ladies and gentlemen, let me just real quick just give a shout out to some certain people that have been there for me. Shout out to Julian King, shout out to Ned, shout out to Cincy Best, shout out to Easy Fisherman, shout out to She Wants Tea all the way from UK. Confirm. OGTV 54, shout out to Godfrey Mary, shout out to Onotoja Evie, shout out to Man Tew, Dana Money, my chairman. Money will give me a picture. I was trying to FaceTime this dude. He lives in Canada. I was trying to just give him a phone call. All of a sudden I found out I'm giving FaceTime call. And I'm looking at it like this is a man like me. I cannot look at my eye like this. Cause I say, Money, I can't do this with you. Don't vex. Ladies and gentlemen, I switch into the audio. Do you know this guy now even sent me a picture that he's about to put his pikin to sleep? Look at that picture. Fine boy looking sexy. Selling your market. Nothing do you, father. Confirm. Yo, shout out to James Holmes. Shout out to Viva AB. Shout out to Spades. 93. Shout out to Finance Guru. Shout out to Laura Mfula. Good Lord have mercy. Queen Sheba 10. Lord have mercy. Nina knows. And of course, Bookie. I got to give you a shout out. Booking at the baby, we said she hit me up just randomly, yo. I just went to a wedding to guy MC. She just came up to me like, yo, Foxy P, I follow Africa Today show heavy. She came at me from the fact that we went to the same secondary school, Air Force Secondary School, Ikeja. Stand up! Perseverance breeds success, 99 sets. What's going on? We're about to do our 20th anniversary. I don't even understand. Just yesterday alone, we're just attacking our children and they were flogging us in assembly. All of a sudden now we're about to do 28th year that we'll finish secondary school. It's an amazing thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today's show is very simple, very easy. I'm going to dwell on one topic right here. I don't know whether you are following the topic that's happening with the Nigerian finance minister, former now because they've already come out of office, Kemi Adeosun. Now let's go deep into it. Now this is a woman that was born all the way in the UK, worked all kinds of jobs. Started out, if you look at her career progression, you can tell this is a woman that knows what she's doing. Confirm. She went, attended undergraduate, attended graduate school, collected her master, doing all kinds of amazing things. Everything that she did, if you look at her history of progression, she now entered into Ogun State doing finance minister. Out of nowhere, they now say, yo, come and become the Nigerian finance minister. After our country, while I dip out. She entered inside the office. Then boom, as soon as she get the position, she's making moves, doing things. Now, I cannot say whether the moves she was making was right or wrong, based off of the fact that I have barely enough economical experience to even balance my own balance sheet inside my house. Today, I just paid my utility bill. Marginal was telling me that, oh, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate the fact that you do what you do to keep us in the home that we live in. Confirm. She don't even know that that bill that I paid is 3 months late. The reason why my electricity bill is looking like $591 is because the first month it came to 106, I didn't pay. The next month it went to 300 and something, I didn't pay. The next month it went to 400, I didn't pay. The next month, that's 4 months late, I'm paying that bill. And this is me. I have a full-time job. It's not that I'm begging for money, but I'm one of those kind of niggas who be say, if they no send me email, talk say won't cancel the whole thing. Confirm. If you ask her, she will let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there was a time, which month are we in now? This September. I believe it was during winter time, maybe like February or so. Out of nowhere, I was about to go for a show out of state. Boom, as soon as we just reach out, I say, yo, you drop me off at the airport, say, okay, no pee. As soon as we just go home, they just cancel our light too. There was no light in the house. So I told her, I said, yo, don't even worry about it. I don't know why these niggas are tripping. She's like, there's no electricity. What's going on? I didn't even tell her they canceled the light because I didn't pay it. Out of irresponsibility of me personally, I now went and collected a hotel. And from there, she now dropped me off at airport. She thought it was just part of the adventurism that we're doing, being that, you know,
young boy and girl doing things. I'm like, baby, I don't want you to be in that house by yourself. It's kind of cold. Let's just go chill in the hotel so that way you can drop me off. I bought a hotel right next to the airport so you can drop me off. She's thinking it's lovingitis that I'm doing. February, the month of lover, everything. Not knowing that they have already cancelled my lights. Why? Because I didn't pay the month bill. Ladies and gentlemen, me myself, I cannot even balance my own balance sheet in my house. But this is a young lady that's dealing with me, just doing all this nonsense. The point I'm trying to make is this: we had a minister of finance doing economic things for a whole country, and she has been balancing the accounts. Out of nowhere, what did we get that they fired her? Why did they fire her? Because she had a falsified NYSC certificate. Now, for anybody that's watching this, knowing fully well how I feel about NYSC, I mean, looking at this, I'm like, Fox B, you have come again. Here you go. You know you don't like NYSC, so of course you're going to say bad things about it. But I want you to take a step back from that position that you are right now. I know you're at the vantage point. You're feeling like, oh yeah, you have the information that you need to succeed. But take a step back, please, a little bit. Don't be vexed. We're dealing with somebody who, let's keep it real now. The NYSC certificate that they say she falsified was not that she claimed that she went to University of Lagos or University of Ibadan or she went to Nnamdi Azikiwe University. No, it wasn't that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what they said she falsified was a certificate of exemption. What is a certificate of exemption? That means that you have to prove that at the time that you finished your education, you were over 30 years old. Now, she finished her undergrad 23 years old. Now went to masters, did all kinds of things. Who know what age she finished? I'm not going to come on that whole level. But she got a certificate of exemption that she believed that she needed. Why did she need that? It's not because she finished undergrad and said, let her come to Nigeria and come and work. No. She finished the undergrad. Went and got her grad school. Went and worked in the UK. After that, worked at multiple jobs. Where at the time that she was moving back to Nigeria, because Ogun State government told her to come and work for them, she was already of age. I have all these responsibilities. I cannot come and come to NYSC. What can I do? They say come and collect certificate of exemption. It could be that person that she gave that money to pay for that certificate when I get like pali. A pali that's a photocopy of a real confirmed. I'm not going to exempt her based on the fact that she lied on a qualification. I don't want you to get lost on just the topics that we're talking about. I want you to get deep into where my soul is coming from, confirm. And I know for a fact, dealing with Africa Today's show, by far the most enlightened Africans in the diaspora that listen to every single thing that's spoken about, whether it's BBC, whether it's CNN, whether it's Fox News, confirm. You put listen deep and you understand what is coming to you, because you yourself have brain. God bless you. You're not a millipede, you're not a centipede. Even if they cancel your head, you're not an antelope, confirm. You have a brain that you can think and you can decipher what is coming at you through these airwaves, confirm. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what she did was very simple. She went and somebody said, yo, pay this amount, we'll give you a certificate. And she got a certificate. And now finding out the certificate is fake. Now, let me come at you where I'm coming at you. Do not dwell on the fact that that certificate was fake. I want you to dwell on the fact that why is it that every single time that Nigerian female women come out and they come and they assume the highest position in the land based off the fact that we know how it is with women? Nobody has ever looked at any African woman and said, yo, I expect you to grow to the top. No, never. This is the reason why a lot of you people are watching me right now. You understand what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the female women that are watching right now. You understand what you go through. When you graduate from school, all the time that you were inside secondary school, university, what does your father tell you? Don't ever have a boyfriend. Don't ever deal with any kind of male man that want to touch you, want to squeeze on you, want to feel your nipple, whatever. You don't ever near them. But as soon as you graduate, what's the first question they ask you? Where is your husband? To the extent that you have professional women out there, doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants, achieve the greatest position they can ever reach in their field. But what's the first question that every single person asks them? Whether it's their pastor in church, where is your husband? Whether it's a doctor, where is your husband? To find out that that's your main Prayer point. There's no man that's ever been out there that's achieving greatness that everybody like, well, where's your wife? Who care about who your wife is? Confirmed. But every single time they're asking the women, where is your husband? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not because your parents are looking at you and they're like, yo, I can't wait for you to have a husband. I can't wait for you to have children because I want grandchildren. No, it's because the expectation that's put on African women right from the beginning of time. The most thing you can ever achieve is to be a wife, after that a mother. Which is why when Chimamanda came out, Chimamanda Adichie that wrote Half of a Yellow Sun, confirmed, she came out and she asked that question to Hillary Clinton when she was interviewing her and said, yo, Hillary Clinton, why is it that you're a woman, that you're a lawyer, you're a senator, you're someone that's running, you've been a secretary of state, why is it that you are running for presidency and the biggest thing you can put on your Twitter bio is wife, mother? Your husband doesn't even put on his own Twitter bio that he is husband, father. Why do you as a woman feel that you have to put that on there? It's because of the expectation that we have put on women, that the greatest thing they can ever be is a wife and a mother. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring you back to where I'm coming from. The reason why every single time you have, whether it's an African politician that's a woman, whether it's a professional that's a woman, whether it's someone that's achieved the greatest height they can reach as a pro, as a woman, the first thing they try to do, number one, they discredit you based on the fact that you're not a good mother. The next thing they do is come at you at the fact that you're not a good wife. And the third thing they try to do is discredit you, that why as you as a woman trying to reach that level. Confirm. Every single time, if you guys are not paying attention to this, let me do that. Foxy P is my name. It's my job to be able to point out these things to you. That's why sometimes I've been looking at my African women. Sometimes when I'm looking at you, no disrespect, but I'll be looking at you sometimes and I'm like, yo, y'all need to understand the fact that if a black man can come out and say he has 2 strikes against him, and an African man come out and say he has 3 strikes against him, 3 strikes being that he's not from America or Canada or UK, number one. Number 2, they're black. And number 3, they are under the influence of anything that's happening with the white man. You yourself have to understand you have 4 strikes against you. Do not play these games. So when I see you underachieving, that's the fact I have to point out to you, like, what are you doing? It is not a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Every single year we live here in America, we see what happens during graduation period. I challenged people 3 years ago. I said, yo, go and check. I'm telling you that African women are graduating at the level of 4 times as every single African man. You would think I'm joking. And I said to you, you know what? Don't take my own word. Don't wait for World Health Organization or UNICEF or some other world body to come and tell you what exactly is happening. Go out there in your own community. Go and look. One of the fortunate things we have when it comes to African graduation, they may not invite you to the graduation, but they will invite you to the after party. They invite you to the cookout. Go and look on your Facebook. How many cookouts were you invited to that is a graduation? Count how many were men that were graduating. Count how many that were women. It's 4 times as much. I was coming at you from a position of knowledge based off of the fact that I know what I'm doing. Look at our scholarship that we did. If I count the number of women that qualified for that thing, knowing fully well that we didn't ask for much. Undergraduate degree, 3.0 GPA. If you know the number of women that were able to come out and say, yo, Foxy P, not only do I have 3.2, I have 3.85. My nigga, you have to understand that the number of men were not even close to the extent that I was not looking at it. Damn, there's a lot of men that are contributing money. It will feel some kind of way. That's why I now had to go and create a party of just people that will just certify who the winner is, because I didn't want my hand to be inside there. And of course, we had 2 women that won and a man. 2-1 confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the women are trying to achieve, but we as African men, it is in our DNA to push them down. Right from the beginning of time, that's how it's always been. I'm talking from a position of knowledge. I'm talking, my grandfather was a headmaster of a school. My grandmother did not even learn how to write. My grandmother from my mother's side was the one who in her 80s now has to go to primary school. I've told this story many times. She did not go to primary school because late in life that's what she wanted to do. It was because when she was young, what it said was like, yo, you're a woman. Why would me as a father waste my money to raise you when in fact you just gonna marry somebody and you just gonna be in the backyard? Babash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the history of where we come from, which is why, compared to the Western world, if you want to talk about our African women have gotten things. When you talk about Queen Amina, Madam Tinubu, these are women that were very fortunate. I challenge you, when you want to talk about people, how many do you want to talk about now? I challenge you to talk about 5 great Nigerian women or 5 great Ghanaian women. It will be hard for you, but in the same breath you can talk about 50 great Nigerian men, 50 great Ghanaian men, 50 great Kenyan men. The point I'm trying to make is that historically it's been in our DNA to push our women down. Confirm. So when you now see this new type of politics that's coming up, when you now see the fact that it is so easy, when you look at the qualifications, it's 50-50 for you to pick a woman or a man. But when you look at the people that are given the positions to, you see it's mostly men, quite alright. But when you now look at the few women that they now give that position, those women are now excelling. But at the same time, those women are being pressed down. Look across the board, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I personally cannot speak for that woman that was the former petroleum minister of Nigeria. You people know who I'm talking about. I don't have to mention her name. The woman that now came out and said she had cancer, knowing fully well that she has already thief almost 20 billion Nigerian dollar. Confirm. Of which dollar is not even our own. No. It just means that we own the dollar. Confirm. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the point I'm trying to make to you is this. Outside of her, look at all the other people that have chopped money. It's mostly men. But who are the people that they push out there? Oh, look at the money that this woman stole. Look across the board. Look at what Okonjo Iweala did. Look at what she did for Nigeria. Confirm. What is the thing that's going to be the leftover of her talk? If that woman died today, what are we going to talk about her? Oh, wow. She took our whole money and gave to World Bank. I was one of the people. I will not lie. I came out and I said it. I was like, yo, Okonjo Iweala, I'm not even sure if you really came for us, or you came to just the World Bank's bill. Why? Because of the DNA inside of me. Confirm. I will never come out. That's one reason why I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you will never see Foxy P run for any kind of public kind of office. So because me and myself, I have my own dirt behind me. I know the things I've said. I know the things I've done that were not positive back in the day. Right now, we're dealing with someone that's running for Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh here in America. They said that he pressed somebody's breast illegally when he was in high school. It's like, oh my God, how can you be talking about this 30 years ago, 40 years ago? My ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when I was 12 years old, I knew the bad things I was doing. Confirm. When I was 14, 15, 16, when we were entering in juice, when we were entering inside bush, initiation, all kinds of things, I knew what we were doing. That's the reason why I can never come out and be like, yo, come and take me and come and be a public servant for who? No, I mean atonement for my sins constantly, consistently, because I know there were times when I did not measure up as a human being. Forget about me being a man or a woman. I did not measure up based off of what I was supposed to do. I always knew right or wrong. If you go and watch a movie, god dang it, man, yo, God will bless all of us, man. There's this one movie, Scent of a Woman, Al Pacino. He said something. He said, I always knew the right path, but I never took it because it was too hard. That's the way it is for every single human being on earth. So if you want to come out and you want to run for public office, don't be afraid of what they're going to dig from your past. Because ultimately, think about it now. Obama stepped up and he wanted to be the president of the country of 360 million. He himself has to be able to show that in your whole life, when they hold you to the light, my nigga, you cannot come up wanting for nothing. Because guess what? Out of 360 million, I can be sure that we can find at least, if nothing else, 1 million. I've not done anything wrong. From a professional perspective, from a human perspective, I've always been good. It's not that difficult. Because if you think about it, you're thinking about 0.001%. You could be able to go that deep. So when Trump and all those people come out and be like, oh no, how can I be digging so deep 30 years into my past? You should be able to stand tall. If you want to serve the people, if your integrity is all you speak for, if that's all you're going to be known for, confirm. I cannot. There's been times when we say I don't thief people money. There's been times when we say I misbehave. There's been times when we say I rob, I steal, I beat, I oppress those that needed me more than I needed them. It's a fact. That is my failings as a human being. So I cannot step up Unless I come and say, look at all the bad things I did, and I present it to all and say, judge me based off of that. If you see all these things I did 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and you still want me, okay, yeah, I'll step up. But you should be able to, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to what we're talking about. The fact I'm saying is this woman, Kemi Adeosun, the only thing they have against her is that she came with a falsified NYSC certificate. Bearing in mind she was not born in Nigeria. Bearing in mind that she may not even have known about NYSC growing up. Bearing in mind that when she matured as a woman and said, you know, as a professional, I want to go and help my country, she did not even know what was needed. Bearing in mind that she might have just as given that person, like, yo, give me the certificate I need to exempt myself from this small requirement. I just gave you put the NYSC video now, where I went to Nigeria and I told them, I said, yo, oh, Jesus Christ, this is going to be a wonderful time for me to say this. I was in a very, very important position in my life. I was chilling in my house. This is a true story. If I lie, I might die. Confirm. I was chilling in my house. One of my best friends, the growing up, Daniel Wonsu, went to university at Buffalo together. I Googled this name, go and look for this man. Lives in Atlanta right now. I asked him the same question. Randomly, he just came to Maryland to come visit me. He came with two of his friends. One of his friends was from UK, one from Niger. These are Niger boys. So one went to school in UK, one went to school in Nigeria. Just came to visit him, and they said I didn't bring them to my house. So while we went out, you know, the two guys, one of the guys, the UK guy, was very, very flamboyant. The other guy, the Niger guy, was very just like laid back. I'm like, ah, what's going on? What's going on? The next morning, Sunday morning, I found out, oh, he's a Jehovah's Witness, because then I went to church. Jehovah's Witness, parole, everything. I think they don't really go to church on Sunday. They go to church on Saturday. But because he went to church that Saturday, so that outing that we went for on Saturday night, it was just like lame a little bit. So I was not like Sunday now. I was like, yo, bro, what's your own talk now? It's like, oh, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, so you know, I don't really do all that grinding on strange women that I know, blah blah. I already have a girl in Nigeria that I've already talked to, and we're gonna get married. And we started talking. Come to find out, he's an electrical engineer. So we started talking everything. This guy was someone that has already done a nice little project there in that place that they have Aso Rock. When they were having power supply issues, he was one that now designed a new power distribution system for them. And I gave them power, constant. So when I was talking, he was like, yo, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm an electrical engineer, but now I got into IT security. But at the same time, I work for an energy company where I'm combining the two. I'm working for NERC. People should Google everything I say. Confirm. NERC is the people that they do all the manual automated management of all the power supply in America. So America is a very interesting place. You have people that have power supply, they generate power. Then you have the distribution. Sometimes the same company that owns the power distribution owns the power supply, but it's not always that. So you have all of that power being generated. You need this distribution, and then in the middle you need the transmission to transmit it. That's why sometimes you can see all those big power supply. They be transmitting power from far place to small places. Confirm. I don't know whether you guys live in a place here in America where you get like the things in the mail, where you have your own generating, you have your own distribution company. Like here in Baltimore, we have Baltimore and Baltimore Gas and Electric. But we see mail coming from people in Chicago telling us they want to sell you power supply. I'll be like, dang, like how is the power supply gonna get to me? I can't buy it from all of you guys now. You come to me now. But these days you have leasing of transmission lines. So all you have to pay to your local distribution company is just leasing of the distribution, and you pay for the power based on the price that those people have already said we can give you that price for competition. So NERC is the one that manages that whole thing. Confirm. The company I work for was deep into the management of the power supply in America, and one of the guys that I work for, I won't mention his name up here, but this guy was not the one that now went to Niger and they now gave him the contract to be supplying, as in the whole, they say they want to privatize NEPA. This is 2011. They want to privatize NEPA. They want to split it up into little pieces, distribution, generation, and everything else. And this guy worked for my company. I'll say his name. Fuck it. Wonodi. Live like that. You guys can Google. You can see what I'm talking about. You know, I never lied to you on Africa Today Show. I would rather die than lie to my people. Confirm. Ladies and gentlemen, so this man was 9 day. Confirm. I'm working for a company that's doing the work. This guy is not the one that I went to Nigeria. One of my boys now sitting with me on a Sunday morning. I'm coming up for hangover. This guy is telling me like, yo, come to Nigeria, man. This guy is the one that's now running things. I was like, dang. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how I just organized my flight, went to Nigeria. I'm linking up with people and they were telling me like, yo, if you want to come and do this thing, come and work for us. They want to go and buy distribution companies. And they say that they will put this thing under me. I'm looking at myself like Foxy P. The guy was telling me like, yo, you're about to blow. I was like, I don't care about blowing. No. This is work that I know. I know how to manage this whole thing, capacity and all that kind of stuff. I know how to do it, confirm. Ladies and gentlemen, the next thing they asked me is, do you have NYSC? That's what I talked about in that video from 2012. And I was like, I don't have it. So they gave me the option. They said, you can either go and get an exemption or you can come and do NYSC right here. I'm like, what is an exemption? They said, go and get a certificate. It doesn't make, they have people that are printing it outside there. Go and get certificate. Ladies and I could have been in the same position as that Kemi Adeosun, where I went and just paid that money, get that exemption, of which that exemption made sense to me at that point in time. I thought that NYSC was based off of the fact that you went to school in Nigeria and college was free, and because you went to school here, now you've graduated, we did not even understand the rules. We didn't know it was based off of age. If you graduate less than 23, 25-year-old, you have to come and do NYSC. The point I'm trying to make to you is that not because this woman was a culprit, it's because this woman was a woman. That's why they now came at her with that thing. They came at her with the loose screw, confirmed. The loose screw they could find. Because let me tell you this. Go across the board. Look for any single Nigerian that's working in any kind of ministry right now. Let that person just come out and say they have an MBA from Harvard, from Yale. Let that person say that they went to school in America, in the UK, in Thailand, in Indonesia. I will tell you that they have that same exemption, but they never tried so hard to remove them. They tried so hard to remove that woman. Why? Because she's a woman. So you as women that are watching this thing that are saying you want to improve Africa. You as women that are watching this thing that want to improve Nigeria, improve Ghana, improve Angola, improve Kenya. Let me tell you something. Now, all of a sudden, you have to understand the same way when you were in the UK, you were in America, you were in Canada, you have to work 4 times as hard. Please believe that day you have to work 8 times as hard because you're working on a power of 2. Confirm. They want to press your head down. Some people don't believe that a woman has any rights. Knowing fully well that in Africa we have more women than men, they don't believe that they have any right for you. As a woman that's achieved everything, you didn't suck anybody penis, you didn't do anything bad, all because you are on a pedestal that you achieve based off of your own self. They believe they can press your head down. You have to believe in yourself that you have to work 3 times, 4 times, 5 times as hard to keep that position. And guess what? The point I'm trying to make to you is this. You're not going to despair based off of what you have to do. You have to work hard. You have to encourage your fellow women. You have to stand up. That's why whenever people hear all these things, like Angola, for instance, as a country now, where the age of someone to say like, yo, you can have sex with me is age 12. You have to step up and be like, that's wrong. You have to step up for against all this. You're not a bride, you're a child. When you hear all these things on Twitter where somebody's getting married at the age of 10, you have to take it up hard. You women cannot play. You cannot be sitting back and be letting all these fuck niggas just be playing all these games with you. You have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be on your echelon where you have to be ready with your mindset, confirm that you know where you are going. Because if it's hard for an African man, it is 65 million times as hard for an African woman. So you have to step up. And that's all I have to say to you guys. My name is Foxy P. Man, I take care, man. God bless. Ginger.